Well guys, it's coming up to nightfall here in Perth and I'm about to get ready to film or record my next YouTube video about the NDIS reform and how shit it is for people on the spectrum and how shit it is for people with physical disabilities too, who are going to get cut off from it.
Like me.
So, Mark Butler, take a bow, champion. Guys, I know, right, that it needs an overhaul, yes? We're all agreeing that the NDIS needs an overhaul, right? Not disputing that. It needs to be money saved to be put into the right places. I get that, okay? But what I don't get is why are we cutting people off who severely need this money, and why are we putting kids up until the age of 9 on thriving kids, and why is it left to the state governments? Like, it should be an issue for both state and federal government to help intervene with this stuff. So let's roll the tape, guys. Hey guys, before we move forward with today's video, I'd like to thank our sponsor, W Energy. Scan the QR code or type in Spectrum 10 for 10% off. Head over to the website, link is into the description. Remember, this stuff is energy for people who are on the go like us, dads, mums, or caregivers with kids on the spectrum. It'll last all day without giving you that crash at the end. I've just finished this awesome flavour and now I'm onto this one. And you get a pretty cool mug to go with it too. So check out the link in the description for 10% off W Energy. Righto guys, welcome back to Rolling with the Spectrum. I've calmed down just a little bit to get this show out to you guys without blowing up too much. As you know, during the week, the Senate, the coalition has signed off on NDIS and the changes they're about to make. That's
Hi guys again.
Oh, and there's my little helper. She's down on the floor looking after her babies and that. So where am I? So 160,000 people by 2028 are going to be cut off the NDIS. Children with mild autism, if you do a search in the DSM-5, there's no such thing as mild autism, okay? Probably would have been Asperger's back in the day, but we're not allowed to use the Nazi's name, okay? Because he was a bad guy, so it's autism level 1, 2, and 3. And obviously we know that the level of autism is based on the level of support that people need. For instance, I'm a level 1 because I don't need much support. It's there for me. I don't use the NDIS because I don't need to. In saying that, in years to come I may, but I probably won't have the opportunity to with these reforms going through. Daughter down here, she turns 9 this year. If she was on the, what will be the new Thriving Kids plan, she'd be thrown off that plan at her 9th birthday. However, we got her on the NDIS plan a couple of years ago, so obviously with the review and people getting bumped off it, we'll see where we lie with her in a couple of years. Like, she's level 2 autistic, so her support needs, her support needs are probably medium, but her autism isn't, if that makes sense. Like, yes, she communicates, she talks, but there's a lot of few other developmental stuff that she lacks. And obviously, now that I'm learning myself, there's a lot of things that reflect from me to her, if that makes sense. So if I was caught earlier as a child, I'd probably have the same support needs as what Harlow would. But in saying that, there are people out there in a lot more worse situation than what our family is, okay? Not saying every person is equal, but no one's equal in the NDIS. And that's why there's funding for different things. So like, if you're in a wheelchair, you need probably more funding than what my daughter would, because you have a wheelchair and you need to get access to places. You need special compensations and stuff. Blind or deaf, you got your service dog, you got your aids that you need, your cochlear implants and stuff. So I get that everyone needs that support on NDIS. Should the people who are on NDIS now, or who actually need NDIS, be the ones that get their asses raped over the coals because of the government's misunderstanding? Because they've let this fraud happen, they've let the embezzlements happen, they've let all this shit happen, and instead of actually fighting what is wrong with the NDIS, people taking advantage of it, people fraudulently taking money out of that system away from the people who need it, and just blowing up the expenditure long term. They're right, it wasn't made for half the stuff that it's made for. We understand that as a nation, but what we don't understand as people with disabilities is why should the people with the disabilities be the ones left to rot by the wayside because of the government's lack of involvement with the NDIS, the vetting side of it, the making sure that, you know, the dots on the I's are crossed and the T's are dotted. You know what I mean? Yes, I said that backwards. That was a bit of a joke to lighten the mood. But to cut all these people off, you know, it's eventually gonna raise more concerns for people who need the NDIS support or the funding they need. As we know, Queensland haven't even signed off on doing their state side of the new system and the new reform. Other states are checking into it, trying to get ready for 2028. Will they? Probably not, because Liberal Labor government don't give a shit about this. Okay, I'm not a political person, but what I have seen through this NDIS reform over the last couple of days, the only real people backing the NDIS the way it is and going in saying, no, don't cut the funding to the people who need it, but go in and attack the people who are doing the fraudulent business behind our backs. And that must be too hard for the coalition government to do it, but the Greens have been on board. And I don't really say that until I've watched a few videos over on YouTube the last week or two with this whole shit fight coming out. The Greens have a few good points, like, which I agree with. Why don't they cut money and funding from foreign aid, for instance? Why do we have to give more money to the Middle East, to Israel, to help freaking bomb southern Lebanon? Why do we have to give aid to countries who can quite rightly stand on their own 2 feet? You know, why don't we start taxing these gas giants with their exports accordingly? They say 25% will be good enough. Fuck them, 30%. Let's, you know, it's our resources going offshore. We should get the tax back into our government to recirculate throughout the communities. NDIS, yeah, they can do some budget cuts, but what they need to do is maybe have that Royal Commission into the fraudulent behaviour of the service providers who have fraudulently been ripping the NDIS off for the last 10 years and blowing the budget out to proportion. You know what I mean? It's they've just gone the wrong way about it, and they've gone, righto, the disabled people don't matter. Let's cut them off from society, stop their money, and they can suffer in their jocks. I don't know, this just really sort of grinds my gears how they can just turn around and go, we'll take over 160,000 families, people, plus their families are going to be affected. So in turn, it's got to be double, even triple the amount of people who are affected by this cut. New families getting their kids tested for ADHD and autism who need that support, and developmental delays aren't going to have the support that my daughter had, because the way the government is thinking, which really does my fucking head in as well, is that they think that it's this thing goes over time. Autism doesn't go over time. It's from birth to death. It's better than some marriages out there, if you know what I'm saying. Right? So this whole bullshit that they're saying, oh, we put the mild children on this program. We put the severe children in this program. Wake up to yourselves, government. There's no such thing as severe, mild, lesser mild autism. It's autism level 1, 2, and 3. And that's for support reasons. So people who run the NDIS, like this fuckwit here, and this fuckwit there, so both of these dickheads should know that autism is a lifelong hidden disability that we need support for most of our lives, if not the rest of our lives. So to say that we'll just cut them off the NDIS, put them onto a Thriving Kids program until they're 9, because apparently when you turn 9, poof, it vanishes. It doesn't. You know who I'm talking about, okay? Used to. That you guys just haven't got a brain between yous. And in this overhaul of NDIS, has anyone actually gone to these people who possibly need it more than others to say, hey, what would you like to do when we do this overhaul of NDIS? The answer is nothing. Even Mark Butler's come out and said we haven't consulted with him on TV when he's been asked these questions. You know, we can't get hold of him for an interview. Probably because I'm a small YouTube channel and no one really cares about me. But if it's not for our small YouTube channels here, we're not going to get our point across for you guys out there. Okay, and people like myself who are trying to advocate for you guys out there just won't get our words heard. So in saying that, if you have got this far in the video, please consider liking and subscribing. Put a comment down in the comment section, okay? There's only one way we can help get this channel forward, get our voices out there, so idiots like Mark Butler and that stupid fucking woman in the Senate who's meant to be the NDIS guru. I can't remember her name now. I'll put it up here somewhere, or already have put it up with the magic of editing. You know, the world can be a better place, but this government has just got no idea. And Albanese in a bikini, mate, you're a twat. You have driven this country into the ground, and you should take a fucking bow at the awesome effort you've done. And your football team, South Sydney's shit too. Just want to get that out there because I don't like them either. But guys, like I said, if you have got this far in the video, thank you. Consider liking and subscribing if you haven't already. Look, I'll be watching this space close. I'll be bringing you updates when I can, once I know a bit more. To find the full information out there has been difficult. They've kept their cards close to their chest on this one. And essentially, they know that they're doing wrong and they don't care. They simply don't care. Oh, Mark Butler got his little baby Medicare up and running, sorted. Yes, that's great for bulk billing. Our supports networks don't bulk bill, and they charge an arm and a leg. So this is why we kind of need this NDIS support, guys, okay? And we need to keep it going. No, like, yes, we need the cuts. We need to save the money as a country, as a whole. But attack the fraudulent fuckwits who are fucking this country up, okay? And if you don't like what I'm saying, then you don't have to. This is my opinion, okay? It's from the heart. It's not for, you know, there's facts that I've read up on and watched, but essentially that's just how I feel about it, guys. So thanks for listening, and remember, I do have a website with the merch on too. Go check it out, www.rollingwiththespectrum.com.au. We have, what do we have available? We have t-shirts, beanies, and if you pre-order now for this top here for October, head over there and yeah, we'll be doing a special October edition of Rolling with the Spectrum for ADHD awareness. So once again, thank you, and come over here. Oh, wait. Like I say at the end of every video, guys.
Peace, love, and autism. Woo!
Peace, love, and autism, guys. Thanks for watching.